All right, today is my birthday, and Blizzard gave me an early gift by addressing an issue that I've been talking about for a while now, which is there is currently no incentive to wear defensive gear and spec into your defensive tree if you're a tank, because damage from other classes is so insane that if you're not doing the most damage that you can, then you are not going to be able to hold the aggro. So let's get into some of the changes and figure out how this is going to affect us. But long story short, it's great. Now, these are development notes on the PTR, so they're subject to change, and they probably will. But we're going to start out with the Hammer of Righteous damage has been increased to 3 times weapon damage. This sounds great, but in the last update for Paladin, they said that they were nerfing the damage by 50%. So I really don't know what this means. Art of War now reduces the remaining cooldown of Exorcism by 2 seconds instead of 1 second. So last time they nerfed Art of War, which used to instant reset your Exorcism cooldown, and then they changed it to only reducing it by 1 second. Now it's 2 seconds because they realized that tanking paladins are going to need Exorcism to hold threat. Divine Sacrifice rune has been replaced with Hand of Sacrifice. They're basically changing this rune that no one was really using to one that looks exactly like Blessing of Sacrifice in retail. It's a 30% damage reduction for 12 seconds, and it's on a 2-minute cooldown. Developer notes. They're basically saying no one was using Divine Sacrifice. This doesn't even matter for us. Activating Holy Shield no longer provides attack power, but now provides 2 spell power per point of defense instead. So here we go. They're starting to incentivize using tank gear and specifically defense stat. The way they're doing this rework is going to allow us to do more holy damage, which is our main source of threat, and that's going to increase our threat overall. Going further into it, Protection Paladins gain enormous value from Sheath of Light, and defense giving attack power only furthered the value of that rune. So we're swapping the bonus defense provides Paladins from attack power to spell power to further enable and encourage the usage of other runes such as Malleable Protection, which has also been adjusted, and this is going to be the next step in the rework. Malleable Protection rune now doubles the spell power bonus granted when activating Holy Shield. So essentially what they're trying to do is get you to use Holy Shield. It's going to increase your spell power by a lot, and it's going to help you do more holy damage. In the same vein as the last dev note, this is about having players feel less bad about taking their defensive gear while adding value to the defense stat. Spell power is also a bit more thematic than attack power for Prot Paladin, true. So this is finally going to allow us to wear the defense and tank gear and not feel like we're absolutely selling. This is all whatever for Rep Paladins. Who cares? Shield of Righteousness now causes damage equal to 2 times the Paladin's shield block value. The damage scaling on this ability was not satisfactory. As I said, it didn't do enough damage to be worth it. So the contribution, they're going to add to that. So Shield of Righteousness, they're looking at it. Obviously, they know it doesn't do enough damage. If it can do more damage, then it's going to be totally fine that we're not getting Art of War Exorcism procs, because we're going to be able to swap in Shield of Righteousness, and it's going to be extremely difficult to be going through this whole rotation throughout a boss fight while maintaining full mana or enough mana to hold threat. So this is a rework for Protection Paladin. It's going to allow us to actually do what we're supposed to do, which is use defensive gear and spec into defensive talents while still being able to hold threat. I'm excited that they're changing this. They obviously know it's an issue. Who who knows if it's going to actually work in practice? I'm sure there's still going to be DPS Andes that want to spec DPS as a tank and whatever, that's fine. But for folks like us who like doing deep prot specs for tanking, this is a great change. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, do what everyone else says at this time in the video, and we'll see you.